Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my corner of the internet. My name is Jason and today we're playing some more Elder Scrolls 2 Daggerfall. Last time we were continuing what we were doing from the previous time, which was finding ourselves in Dureni Tower. That's right, we were looking for Medora? Okay, I was wondering why my game was going a little bit, is chopping up a little bit, but I think that's probably because it was loading in a rat. Those darn rats are eating all my frames, jerks. So anyways, that's what we're going to be continuing to do in this little excursion. We're going to run around, try to find our way through the tower, find, actually, was it Medora? No, it was, yes, it was Medora. Sorry, I had to check my notes really quick on account of my memory being terrible and all, so. Remember, kids, take good notes, like I never did in school? Actually, that's a very good point, now that I think about it. I could not take notes in school. I actually... Whoa, this is interesting. I just had this revelation, this thing that just... Like, this realization just popped in my head, and I'm just like, wow. The realization that all through school, I did not take notes. I could not take notes, because when I did, I would forget the stuff. Or I wouldn't learn it in the first place. Because when I was, if I would write notes, I guess I would be paying more attention on, we'll say, the actual writing of the notes, and I wasn't paying so much attention to, I think I'm going the wrong way. Yes, this is not the direction I want to be going in. I would be spending so much time paying attention to writing the note that I would actually not be paying attention to what was actually being said. I wasn't actually absorbing it. It wasn't going into my memory. And when I would come back later to go ahead and, we'll say, read my notes and try to study for things, it just would not stick. I could not learn it that way. So for me, through school, the best way for me to learn was actually just pay attention, listening in class, and then just remember everything. And that worked for me. And so I find it so intriguing that here we are, I'm playing a game, something that definitely has my attention, and yet I feel I am completely unable of remembering anything. Now I wonder if oh, I do have enough to cast Freedom. Ha! Take that, ghost. That's right, you can't paralyze me. I'm not frozen in fear. Oh, what's this? A recipe for potion of water walking? Yeah, we'll take that. Sure, why not? Let's go ahead and save the game because we've made some progress. We've walked around and yeah, that's usually a good thing to do. I wonder if me talking while playing is, we'll say, the equivalent. Oh yeah. Guess what though? I'm already a werewolf. Successful backstab. So my sword broke with the backstab. That is amazing. Oh, that was great. All right, let's see. Is this that's broken? All right, let's see. This one does more damage. The Wakizashi does more damage. So, in typical me fashion, let's equip the inferior weapon. Awesome. Oh, that's a legendary backstab. That was great. But yeah, I wonder if me talking is, we'll say, the equivalent of me taking notes. Maybe by the fact that I'm commentating on things is actually causing me to not be able to sort of focus on absorbing things. I guess that would kind of make sense because some of the stuff that I would have the weakest time remembering in school is like when the teacher would ask us to like read from a book, be like, read from this book, blah blah blah, and whatever I read, I usually could not remember. And which was funny because the teacher was always like, you read this in class, and I'm like, I know, I don't know why I couldn't remember it. So maybe, yeah, what if I'm distracted from absorbing stuff, absorbing informations, whether by, I'll say, a written format or by spoken, you know, just talking to you guys, maybe that is the reason why I can't remember some things. Because, yeah, now that I think about it, do I really have a hard time remembering stuff that is not in a game that I'm like, that I'm not Let's Playing? Because I do play other games. I can't record everything on screen. You know, every once in a while I'll have maybe a few minutes that I'm like, I just want to relax and play something, or I'll want to play on my consoles, which I... Whoa! Oh, crap! I think I made the save for that. Anyways, you know, I want to play on a console or something, but I lack the hardware to actually be able to record it, so, oh, I was like, wait, I gotta keep watching behind me because I know something's gonna try to sneak up. Sure enough, the ghost tried to sneak up. This is a very scary sounding place. I'm like, I don't know which way to not look, because I feel like I'm gonna get attacked from behind. Alright, this way is clear. This way there's maybe something, and this way there's probably something as well. So let's enter this little area and get a little, we'll get a little daring. We're gonna save the game again as working 10. Yeah, so yeah, like, that's one thing I would love to be able to do eventually is, bring we'll say, console games into the mix. There's not a whole lot of, we'll say, modern console games necessarily that I would want to play, because a lot of them are also available on PC. Dang computer, what are you doing? But, you know, there are some games that I wouldn't mind going ahead and giving a good playthrough that I just can't because I lack the hardware. But anyways, the reason why I was talking about that in the first place was because I was sharing my experience that I do play other games other than the ones that are recorded, and if I could, I'd record it all. I'd record every game that I play, but I can't do that, so it's not gonna happen, at least not yet. Yeah, I seem to have no problem remembering, we'll say, crazy obscure details from those games, so I don't know. It's probably there's also a bit of pressure, because when you're stressed or you're anxious, it's actually, if I remember correctly, that's actually an actual thing. You know, it's a scientifically proven thing that when you're stressed or anxious, your memory it's not working quite as well, so you don't retain as much information. I could be completely, well, actually, you know, that would make perfect sense, and that's why sometimes, like, witness testimonies are not always entirely reliable, because, you know, details can be sketchy. They can be, you know, people might not be remembering things correctly because they were, you know, stressed or anxious at the time of the event occurring. So I'm looking for either there we go, restore power. I was looking for either a restore power or a like a free action potion. All right, come on, ghost. Now, yep, he didn't drain any. I don't know if they actually drain anything. I don't know if it's just a case of me incrementally wasting all of my spell points by casting freedom all the time, or if they actually drain my spell points. I'll have to keep an eye on that. Right now I have 40, so next time I get hit by a ghost, I will have to make a note to check my spell points. All right, let's see where there was nothing over there, so let's continue downward. But yeah, if you're anxious or stressed, you can also forget things, and believe it or not, as much as I enjoy this, I have a lot of fun, there is a bit of a stress, right? Because I want to do something that's good. You know, I care very much about, we'll say, the quality of what I'm putting out there. If I'm wasting a lot of people's time, which it did bother me with the whole, we'll say, grinding spree we had before, like earlier. Nothing there? Oh. Okay, I heard the creature and I was like, oh, there's gotta be one behind the door, but okay, I was mistaken. Or if my commentary is not quite on point, or if I make no progress within a game, that bothers me. That is something that I am aware of and that I don't like. So there is a bit of stress when playing this. As much as I like doing this, I enjoy just sitting here talking about games. It's, I don't know, some people can say that is a, we'll say, silly thing to be passionate about video games, yeah! But then again, I don't think much of my audience would agree with that, because you guys are watching this, so you probably have some love for video games, right? You can kind of understand where I'm coming from. These things are awesome. They're pretty, pretty cool. You know, they take you off to another world. Two different things. What are these? A giant scorpion stinger and a small scorpion stinger. All right. I was like, oh, I wonder if they just used the same graphic and made it smaller, but it turns out it's the actual same thing. It's just a smaller size of that same object. That's cool. I've got to get in. I do have to increase my reputation with Mage's Guild? No, the Temple. Maybe both. No, it's definitely the Temple for potions. Because I want to be able to try making potions. I like this. Okay, that's scary sounding. Wait a second. It looks like I can move in any direction? These walls are not showing up on the map, which lead me to believe that something is strange here. Are these like the brick walls? I'm scared if I walk into one of these, it's gonna teleport me. Let's try it. Okay. It did not. It did not teleport me, but now they're showing up on the walls. However, we've seen these kind of brick walls before, and we know that they move. So if we can find a switch, like maybe this torch. No. This torch? No, not this torch. What about this? Is that a switch? That is not a switch. All right. Well, we'll start just touching things. What about this tapestry? No, not the tapestry. Okay. Well, we will go look elsewhere to find maybe another a switch or something. I think there's one on the wall I see coming up. Yeah, there we go. There's 3 of them. And there's a ghost! Alright, I'm paralyzed and I'm down to 15. So yes, they do drain my spell points. Good to know. There we have it. We have confirmation that ghosts will eat your spell points. They will stick a straw into your forehead and drink your spell points right out of you. It's freaking ghosts. Alright, so that we have, what, 4 levers, 1 on each side of this pillar. Now, do we experiment? Do we just hit a random switch? Sure, let's just hit this one. Let's see what this does. Does this open up a door? I suspect this opens up a door. Aha, it opened up this door. Oh, okay. It's flipped it that way. Oh, I see this being an interesting puzzle. That's cool, I like that, okay. We hit the switch initially. What if we hit this switch? What does that one do? Let's see, that one... Oh, that one probably did something on the other side. Something that we can't see yet. Alright, well, let's hit this switch. What does this one do? I love how they're all going sideways. They're completely, well, I guess disoriented would be a proper way of saying it. Ouch! They're completely not oriented in the manner that they appear to be. So we've got something scary that wants to come out and kill us. Interesting. All right. Well, we want to kill that thing first, right? You know, right? Yes. We want to get it before it gets us. So, was it this switch that released the big bad nasty? I think it was. So let's come on over here. Hey, buddy, come at me. Now, as he's coming out, I just realized I don't really have any ranged weapons. And turning invisible will not help me. I did not think this through. I'm like, I actually don't have a plan. Let's go ahead and use... We do have some lovely little items here. Short sword, the protector. I believe that will put a shield on us, I think. So let's activate that thing, just in case. Healing evening gown, we won't bother with that just yet. Kite shield of paralysis. Fire spell. And I think we're dead. Okay, I need to get a little bit more distance, and I just need to start, we'll say, spamming my paralysis spell. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna get back, and we're just gonna keep hitting him with the paralysis, and hopefully we... Woo! I broke the game by opening up the spell menu when I died. I think that's what happened. Let's try that again. Game, are you still broken? I think you might still be broken. Nope, not still broken. Awesome. Alright. There's the hallway. Pull the lever. Igor, pull the lever. Alright. Scary vampire guy. I'm over here. Oh, he's coming. He's a-coming. And he's a quick one, too. Which is kind of strange, because most of the enemies in this game are actually very slow. Alright, let's try... Let's see if I can do this. Note to self. Q only works for spells, not for items. I was trying to hit, Whoa! I was trying to hit Q to recast from the item, but it doesn't work like that, so... that's why I just kind of stood there for a second. Okay, let's just... Okay, you're a toughie, alright. I need a better weapon for you, to deal with you. Let's go ahead and, I can't even heal myself lightly. Well, let's see. Alright. What have I got? Healing Malachite, sure. We'll cast that. Now I need a different weapon to be able to even hurt this guy. There is an undead pacifier, danger pacifier. I don't have the money for these, or not the money. I don't have the spell points to cast any of these useful kind of spells. think I might be in trouble. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. I do have weapons at my disposal. Evidently that hurts me. Alright, that's an area of effect spell. That kills me. But we're gonna go ahead and use that. The Icy Storm, big battle axe. We'll say hitting him with offensive spells, you know. Rather than just paralyzing him, we're gonna try to just blast him with ice. We're gonna freeze him to the ground. There we go. Yeah, that sounds like a plan. I'm here. I'm gone now. Come at me. Oh, come on. What? Oh, are you gonna come at me? There you go. Come on. Oh, are you stuck on the door? Sucks to be you. Alright, let's try this again. Come on. I don't even know if this is doing anything. I love that it keeps knocking him back, though. Yes! Vampire Agent just died. You died at my hands. And I stole some money from you. And that was really it. You had nothing better than that. Really? There had better be a great big chest full of gold and other awesome things where you came from. Alright, let's see. What, were you just hiding in this room? Was that it? You were just like hanging out in the room, you're just like, hey, I'm just Vampire Agent, I just like to hide in small rooms. Really? Is that it? Alright, let's go ahead and hit all the levers and see what sort of horrors that releases. Alright, and... looking around a little bit. Okay, we got out this far. Are there other levers, or do I need to hit existing levers again to make it move further or something? I don't know. Let's try hitting this lever. Hit that big stick one more time. Okay, that appears to close the door. So yeah, it does look like the levers control a specific door. They don't necessarily control the movement of the doors. So this leads me to believe that we need to find other levers. Does that make sense? I think that makes sense. It makes sense to me. Because when let's say if I hit this one again, and we go back, it's just going to, let's see. Nothing's really changed. But something's probably changed on the other side of one of those doors. So, wait, which one was it that oh, this was this one, alright. Alright, so we're gonna save here, and then we're gonna keep looking around, this little area, because there's still a lot I haven't explored around this part. That, there could possibly be something hidden. Alright, let's go through this door. And we find ourselves in a room. A very empty room, alright. I guess that was exciting. Onward to newer things. That's the one we hit. Okay, that's the one we hit. I'm gonna start tapping every torch we come by, just in case they decided to make the torches the levers in this area. Nope, not there. And another door. What lies beyond the door? Another hallway. Big surprise. You know, I think it's probably very disorienting for somebody who maybe, you know, watched the first few episodes and then jumped ahead. They're probably going, are you still in this dungeon? Because it looks so much like where we've been, you know, right at the very beginning of the game. Like, it's just like, seriously, are you still in the same dungeon? It's like, yes, I am. We never left. We're still in Privateer's hold. That's right. I guess we can't make that argument entirely because there's no flaming skulls. Or did we see one earlier? Yes, we did, because I made the reference back to the Ghost Rider. That's right. And I believe that was in this dungeon. So, yeah, there we go. So there we go. We are still in Privateer's hold. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Okay, I'm not sticking to it. Let's go back up the stairs. We need to explore this area a little bit more. Yes, scary monster, I hear you. Yes, I know. You're not happy. I get that. And you're free to express your displeasure at being in this dungeon. Like, I mean, I would too. This place needs an interior decorator. Like, it's cool that... Like, that doesn't even hurt me anymore. Like, what on earth, what are they doing? They shoot these little things at me and it just does nothing. Now, it doesn't say, spell saved. When you save against a spell, does it actually tell you that you've saved against a spell? Or is that only when you shoot something at, we'll say, an enemy and they save? Because, yeah, normally if something's effective, you'll see, like, either a status effect, you know, occur on you, or, you'll just get damaged, right? Alright, so Steve. Can I rest? Yeah, let's go ahead and rest for, like, 3 hours. That should get... Stealth, backstabbing, short blade have all increased, and I am now fortified. Alright, where is it? Where is the enemy? There's an enemy around, right? That's why I couldn't keep resting? Oh, okay, he left. He said, crap, I'm not interrupting Alexis. Alright, enemies nearby? Where? Oh, it's a spider! How did that spider get down here? Like, oh, I guess he could have come down that way, but... I hope he wasn't hiding in anything. Should check my boots for spiders. Well, maybe while I was sleeping, he crept out of my boot. Maybe he was in my boot all along. Could be. Okay, I can't unlock that. I'm going to need to resort to Steve. Actually, I probably should use something that's got a better chance of opening doors. But we're gonna go with Steve. Thank you, Steve. You have successfully opened the door, and for that I am much grateful. Yes, we got a book! Galarian the Mystic. I don't think we read that one. I'll have to consult my list, but I'm pretty sure we didn't read this one. So let's go ahead and take this book. That will be our book for the day. Thank you, game. Thank you, RK, for granting me a book. The scarabs. Yeah, sure, we'll take them. And then I'll just need to find a pawn shop. That's the shop that I had forgotten that I needed to go to sell those holy tomes and the holy relics, the daggers, and all that stuff. I need to find a pawn shop, and Lenisa evidently doesn't have a pawn shop, which disgusts me. It upsets me and makes me really reconsider wanting to move there. Because how much money do I have? I'm rolling in the dough pretty good here. Let's see, only 39,000. That's going up a lot slower than I thought it was. I might have to do some maybe like a random dungeon or two, because I found yeah, because I'm on that island. I went to that really tiny dungeon. What is it, the Yemfield Graveyard? I went there earlier in my playthrough, and it was a very small dungeon that had, like, lots of gold. I made, like, tons of cash in there in a very short amount of time. I should go back there, because it's actually not that far away from where I am now. So after I'm done this dungeon, I could run back over there and, you know, grab a bunch of cash really quick. I might even just cut that out, just run through real quick, just loop it a few times, and then I could buy myself a ship or a house or something. It would be that would be great. I think I'm gonna do that. That's the plan. We're gonna go raid a random dungeon like 80 times in a row. I'll probably cut that out so you don't have to watch me do it 80 times in a row. Or I'll do like, I don't know, I'll speed things up so it's all like just like that. Just that fast. It's like the wind just rushing past your head because the video's going so fast. And then I'll have lots of money after, and I'll be able to like buy a ship. Because I still don't know what that does for me. You know, like I know the ship is basically like a house, and that's about the extent of what I know. Can I store things on there? Can I don't know what the ship does, and I could look it up. See, that's the thing. When I ask questions, it's not because I don't know how to use the Google. I did that on purpose, people. It's okay. Anyways, it's not because I don't know how to use Google. It's because I just don't want to look a lot of these things up. You know, sometimes I'll read the manual for a game, but I try to play games as much as possible just by, you know, playing them and learning as I go. I don't mind some, you know, user interaction, so if, you know, someone decides to tell me something, you know, I welcome that kind of thing. But, for the most part, I like to try to go in I like to go in with, say, a curious mind, knowing how to play how to play the game, like understanding the mechanics, but generally having, we'll say, some of the more fine details we'll say, out of my grasp. Something that I still have to learn through the play of the game. Okay, so I guess we're gonna go back up the ramp. We've explored everything in this area. See, that throws me off. I've explored everything in this area, but I keep hearing, "Rrrr," and I'm wondering if it's over in like this section here, because we can hear things through walls, right? And they echo out throughout the dungeon. And it sounds like it's close, but it might just be, you know, on the other side of a wall, which kind of makes me wonder how the sound travels that well. But then again, I guess they're not exactly insulated for sound, and they are kind of screaming really loud. I don't know. I have to think about the, I actually have to do the math, or look into the science of how well sound would travel, from, you know, through brick walls in like, say, a dungeon. I don't know. If somebody is a sciencey type and would, whoa, am I gonna fall down that way? That's a drop, isn't? Okay, no, there is a slope to it. I think I'm gonna fall though. If I, oh, yep, I'm dead. I'm be dead. Oh, I'm not be dead. I'm be alive. Awesome. And I do have enough for my training healing spell. All right. Well, we're alive. We're good. We are good. We're not dead yet. I'm gonna go through this door. I can't get through the door. Okay, it does not unlock. I could bash it down, and that's what I'm gonna do, because I just don't feel like picking the lock right now, or, you know, using magic or anything like that. And we find ourselves back out in this big open room. Alright, so we've explored it this way, evidently. We've explored up there. We've explored over there. And we explored down there as well. Alright. This leaves one last place for us to explore. We need to look into the water. So let's go ahead and rest. I can't rest because there's enemies nearby. I'm sorry, but those slaughterflish are not going to kill me. They can't. They are in the water. Unless they, like, suddenly evolve overnight and they just, like, come out with legs and stuff and they decide to beat me with bats. But I don't see that happening. It would be better if they were, like, giant bats. And I don't mean, like, the baseball kind. Okay, I'm just gonna come in here and sleep, like, on a table. Yeah, I'll just come in here and sleep on a table. Actually, I'm gonna do it until fully healed. Maybe not. 5 hours is good. We're gonna cancel out of that. Alright, so we need to jump into the water to see what lies in the next part of this dungeon. Unfortunately, I'm out of time. So we're gonna go ahead and read the book that we picked up, and then next time we're actually gonna jump into the water and see what lies down beneath the waves down there, basically. So I'll be right back once I grab the book, and if you don't feel like reading the book, then I'll see you next time. If you do, then hang on. Alright, Galarian the Mystic. During the early bloody years of the Second Era, Vanus Galarian was born under the name Trectus, a serf on the a serf. We're gonna just say serf, even though I suspect I may be mispronouncing that. On the estate of a minor nobleman, Lord Girnas of Solich-en-Coeur. Trectus' father and mother were common laborers, but his father had secretly, against the law of Lord Girnas, taught himself and then Trectus to read. Ooh. Lord Girnas had been advised that the literate serfs were an abomination of nature and dangerous to themselves and their lords, and had closed all bookstalls within Solich-en-Coeur. All booksellers, poets, and teachers were forbidden, except within Girnas' keep. Nevertheless, a small scrolls in circulation right under Girnas' shadow. A small ska. I don't know what they were trying to say there. A small scale. A small scary? No, small scale, small. I don't know what they were saying. When Trectus was 8, the smugglers were found and imprisoned. Some said that Trectus' mother, an ignorant and religious woman, fearful of her husband, was the betrayer of the smugglers. But there were other rumors as well. The trial of the smugglers was non-existent, and the punishment swift. The body of Trectus' father was kept hanging for weeks during the hottest summer. Solich-en-Coeur had seen in centuries. 3 months later, Trectus ran away from Lord Girnas' estate. He made it as far as Alinor, halfway across Somerset Isle. A band of troubadours found him nearly dead, curled up in a ditch by the side of the road, nursed him to health, and employed him as an errand boy in return for food and shelter. One of the troubadours, a soothsayer named Helion, began testing Trectus' mind and found the boy, though shy, to be preternaturally intelligent and sophisticated given his circumstances. Heliand recognized in the boy a commonality, for Heliand had been trained on the Isle of Artaeum as a mystic. When the troupe was performing in the village of Potenza on the far eastern end of Somerset, Heliand took Trectus, then a boy of 11, to the Isle of Artaeum. The magister of the Isle, I think that's an I, yeah, Iachesis, recognized potential in Trectus and took him on as pupil, giving him the name of Vanus Galerion. Vanus trained his mind on the Isle of Artaeum, as well as his body. Thus was the first Archmagister of the Mages Guild trained. From the Sygics of the Isle of Artaeum, he received his training. From his childhood of want and injustice, he received his philosophy of sharing knowledge. So is this the story of the guy who, formed the Mages Guild? The first Archmagister of the Mages Guild. Magister? Yes. So this is kind of like the origin of the, well, I wouldn't say the origin of the Mages Guild, but the origin of the guy who funded the Mages Guild. That's how it sounds. So that was, what, second era? Interesting. There's that word again. Anyways, we're done with that. So if you like the video, you like the content, and you would like to see more of it, go ahead and give the video a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, leave it a thumbs down. Either way, let me know what you thought in the comments section. And until next time, I would like to ask you all to game on. Shut up, fish.